It's time for your Low Country Real Estate Market Update. It's the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show. Brian is one of the top 1% real estate agents in Charleston. Find him online at listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. Or call him at 843-345-1273. Now, broadcasting from the WTMA studios, here's your host, Brian Beatty.
Good morning, Charleston, and welcome to another edition of the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. I'm your host, Brian Beatty, and as always, bringing you my expert news and reviews of the real estate market here in the Low Country, so that if you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing in real estate, or you just like to follow the market, you like to educate yourself on the process, this is the show for you. This is where we talk real estate, we talk housing, and I help prepare you for the road ahead. So that you're an informed consumer, so that you ask the right questions, and so that you can win in your next real estate transaction. So thanks so much for being with me this morning. Over 6 years I've been doing this show, and I've been in the market selling real estate for the past 13 years, done over 1,000 transactions here in the Charleston market, to about the tune of about $500 million in real estate. And so I like to come on here and just express my opinion of the market, help educate you guys on the process, and I want to spend a lot of time this morning on marketing. I haven't really done a show in a while where we really dive deep into marketing. You know, what is it that agents are doing or not doing that's actually causing a home to sell? I mean, is there anything that we're really doing any differently from one another? I really want to dive deep into that, because if you're expecting results that are better from, you know, the other homes that are available for sale in your neighborhood or your area, what is it that you and your agent are doing differently to accomplish those results? Or if the marketing that everyone does is the same, and the way that agents behave is the same, and their skill set is fairly similar, and they all kind of use the same pricing strategy, which is, you know, hey, it doesn't matter what the listing price is, just get the thing signed. If everybody's doing the same thing, what makes you think your home's going to sell faster than anybody else's or for more money? So that's what I really want to dive into over the next hour or so. And you know, we'll spend as much time there as I think we need to, and then we'll veer off topic a little bit, I'm sure. But, you know, if at any point in time you want to reach out to me to talk real estate, you know, off air, obviously, give me a call. My number is 843-400-8009, 843-400-8009. That's my cell phone number. You can call or text me there if you have a real estate question, or if you want to just talk about your plans to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. I get a lot of folks that call that are, you know, several months away from doing something, and that's frankly what I prefer. I'd like to put a plan together for you to make sure that we're using your time wisely, so that we can educate you on the process, not have to rush anything. When you rush, you create stress, and that's never a good thing if it can be avoided. So 843-400-8009 is my phone number, and of course you can go to our website, listingsincharleston.com. That's listingsincharleston.com. and learn more about my real estate team and who we are and what we do, what we sell. Listen to all these shows that we have. Check us out on YouTube. We've got hundreds of videos there. And, of course, listen to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, you name it. But anyways, let's talk about marketing. And I really want to – I think it makes sense to just start with, what do most agents do? I mean, really, what does their marketing plan look like? And this is one of the – I haven't had really a show in recent memory where I actually pulled some punches. I think I'm getting a little more ornery these days, but let's just talk about what most agents do when they list a property for sale. It's frankly fairly simple, and so we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because there's not a lot to be spent on it. They're going to put it in the MLS. Once that property goes in the MLS, if you think of the MLS kind of as like the center of the wheel, every single real estate agent's personal website and every single real estate brokerage's website are going to pick up that listing. So you can go to my website or any other real estate agent's website, and we all have the same listings. We all share those listings. Just like, you know, your listing could appear on Keller Williams' website, but it could also be on Carolina One's website and RE/MAX's website and Coldwell Banker and so on and so forth. We all share the same listings. There's no differentiating factor there. And quite frankly, that's not really where people go anyways, because if they're going to go online and search for real estate, they're going to frankly do one of two things. They're either going to do a Google search in which case, most of the time, these larger websites like Zillow are going to win anyways, or they're just going to pull up their app, which is Zillow or Redfin or Trulia or Realtor.com or whatever. I mean, I have my own app that I think is fantastic, but not a ton of people use it because Zillow is just such a household name. And so once that property gets put into the MLS, it is then syndicated to a bunch of other websites, Realtor.com, Zillow, so on and so forth. So, and we'll get deeper into what happens from there, but this is very much so a set it and forget it approach to marketing so far. All we need to do is put the photos in the MLS, type up the description, check some drop-down boxes, attach some files, make sure the spelling is correct, and then boom, put the property in the MLS. And that's about what most agents do. And then, of course, you've got a few other things here, right? You've got the yard sign, right? You've got flyers, maybe. You have the difference between somebody going and taking their own photos, whether it be on their phone or with a nice camera, or hiring a professional. So you've got the difference between standard photos and professional photography. Maybe they have some open houses, and hopefully they actually have a plan for those open houses. I mean, our open houses we do almost a week in advance because we market for our open houses, and we'll get more into that. But the idea of somebody just driving around saying, you know what? That was a great lunch. I kind of want to buy a house now. Let's go just drive around and see what we can find. Like, that doesn't happen. I'm sure it has in the past. It hasn't ever happened for me. Someone just driving around saying, you know what? I like it. We're going to buy it. There's intent behind it. So you have to market to create the opportunity for people to go and see your open house. But anyways, we'll get more to that later. So what is it that agents can do? What are the standard things? Let's do a quick recap. It goes in the MLS. Once it's in the MLS, it goes on every single real estate agent's website, every single real estate brokerage's website, and then a few other websites that are syndicated from the MLS based on a subscription we have with some sort of syndication service so that it can go on Realtor.com and Zillow and Trulia and all these other websites. They have a yard sign. Maybe they do an open house. Maybe they have flyers. Maybe they post it on Facebook. I don't know, maybe they put an ad in the paper if they, I won't get into that because that's just such a low percentage of the population that looks in the newspaper for real estate. I mean, nobody out there is making purchasing decisions based on a 1-inch by 1-inch advertisement in a newspaper. It's just not how the world works these days. Sure, there are some people, you can't, remove that category entirely, but it's just such a low probability that it's not really an element for anybody's marketing plan these days. It's just not where the buyers are. They're online. So that's what happens with a standard marketing plan. Those are the things they do. They basically upload this listing. They do an open house, frankly, just to kind of keep you happy, the seller. And I've always said for a very long time that open houses are more for the agent than they are for the seller. And I've changed my tune on that over the past, I'd say year, because the market has changed. Behavior has changed. And I'll tell you a little bit more about what that means here in just a second. But that's it. I mean, that kind of just, that rounds out a real estate agent's marketing plan. There might be some smaller things that they do, but that is the standard marketing plan. And then so from there, you can build, you can add. You can modify, but that's the standard marketing plan. Then let's look at like the standard agent behavior. Let's say somebody actually inquires about your home for sale. So you're represented by a real estate agent and a buyer inquires about your property. Here's what we've been coached to do since, the 70s. As soon as somebody inquires about a property, we call until they answer or they cuss us out. And you still get a lot of the people that are like, why are you calling me? I'll call you when I'm ready to talk to you. And I totally get that. And you can't get irritated by that because now we have this thing called technology. That's a wonderful thing. And so We are killing it right now on our text campaigns. Most people, frankly, they don't want to talk on the phone. They don't want our phone call, and I get that. We respect that. We put them in control, and we say, how would you like for us to follow up with you? Do you want us to text you? Do you want us to email you? Do you want a phone call? Do you want, a direct message on your Facebook or Instagram account? Do you want a handshake? Do you want a direct mail? Do you want smoke signals? Whatever you want. However you want to communicate is how we will communicate with you. But the problem is agents are so used to bashing people over the head with phone calls that it's turned off a ton of buyers out there. And I look at our own numbers on our team of the phone calls that we're making and the dials that we're making, and we basically have like an 8% answer ratio. We have to make 100 phone calls to talk to 8 people, 10 people. That's crazy. But it just is what it is. But most agents are just doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And so you, as the person selling your house, need to be asking the question, what is it that you do differently? How in tune with the market are you? How in tune with consumer behavior are you? And we haven't even talked yet about things like pricing strategy and, the agent's kind of standard skill set and their standard level of service. And so let's continue to set the stage when I come back. And then we're going to really get into, so what are the things that we can be doing? What should be changed? What does our industry suck at right now that we need to get better at? We're going to rip off the gloves. We're going to get real as the Brian Beatty Real Estate Show continues here on the Big Talker, 1250 WTMA and WTMA.com. And remember, if you want to reach out to me to talk real estate, my number is 843-400-8009. That's my cell phone. Call or text that number, 843-400-8009. Our website is listingsincharleston.com, or of course, you can also find us on Facebook, the Brian Beatty Real Estate Team. So stick around. We'll be right back.
Have a real estate question? Ask Brian Beatty. Send him an email, lowcountryhomesales@gmail.com. The Brian Beatty Real Estate Show is on 1250 WTMA.